Krishna said, you have to raise this city with your magic. If you raise this city, we will name this Indraprastha as Indraprastha. This will be your city and it should be the most beautiful city that the world has seen. And this news spread across like wildfire. Pandavas have raised a city overnight, became the most beautiful city. Even today, Indraprastha is the capital of India. So, the die is set. Either the Pandavas should die or they should leave. But then, Krishna steps in. From here on, Krishna plays an important role in everything that happens. He takes an active role and counsels them and says, okay, I understand these people cannot live together here. But it is fair that you must give them half the kingdom. Let them go and they have their half. Let the Kauravas, Duryodhana and his brothers rule in Hastinapur. Let Yudhishthira take another half and make his own nation. Bhishma is against this because his allegiance to the nation is such, he does not want to split the country at any cost. So he resists. And he goes to all the elders in Hastinapur and says, all of you must intervene. The nation is going to be cut into two pieces. The elders said, when you took that stupid vow, you did not consult us. Now why are you consulting us? Do it yourself. Because they all knew it is heading for it. Let him bear the pain of cutting the nation into two. So, it came upon Bhishma to cut the land that he loved into two pieces. And he told Dhritarashtra, it's all right, split the country, let them have one part and let the Kauravas rule in Hastinapur. So Dhritarashtra called the five Pandava brothers. In the full assembly of the court, he gave a fair cut. The cut was like this. He told them, I will give you Indraprastha. Indraprastha was the ancient capital of the Kuru dynasty. Pururava, the first of the Kauravas, who was the son of Buddha, if you remember, got a curse from the rishis and the whole place went down into ruins and the place dried up and became like a desert. It was an abandoned city, fallen apart, ruined. Nothing grew around it except thorns. That was the gift that was given to the Pandavas. But Yudhishthira, being who he is, he dutifully accepted this and took his brothers, his wife, and was leaving. Krishna intervened and he said, now to make it fair, it is best that half the gold and the cattle and the horses and the chariots and the mulls means the wrestlers. The wrestlers are very important. If you want to train an army, you need the people who work in the gymnasium. The mulls and whoever else wants to go with the Pandavas, the blacksmiths and the goldsmiths and whoever else wants to go with them, let them go with them. No compulsion. No compulsion to stay, no compulsion to go. This was unexpected. But right now, they were trying to make the scene look like it's a very fair division. they're taking the best part and they're giving an abandoned part which is of no use to anybody. They believe if they go there anyway they will die, and anyway Duryodhana has plans for them. He does not intend that they just go away. So they had to part with the gold, the horses, the cattle, and lot of people decided to go with the Pandavas. This convoy left for Indraprastha. After days and days of walking and many people dying on the way, they reached Indraprastha. Till then, the brothers were enthusiastic. When they saw the place, the desolation of the place, their hearts sank and Bhima became furious. Bhima, born of the wind, a restless force to reckon with, can be led by a mountain or a hill, a valley or a mole, can make the oceans rise and roar, but cannot even lift a pebble, a lovable bubble. Bhima, born of the wind, a restless force to reckon with, can be led by a mountain or a hill, a valley or a mole, can make the oceans rise and roar, but cannot even lift a pebble, a lovable bubble. He raged, I want to kill that Duryodhana and his brothers. Is this the place to give us? You know, he's the son of wind. He just flies off, always. All the other brothers became quiet. Now they saw what they have landed up with in the middle of nowhere, a cursed city. Then Krishna said, and to think that the old man Bhishma sanctions this and your guru Drona and Kripacharya allows this to happen. And very irreverently, which is very strange for him, very irreverently he said, the people who have brought this upon you, they are inviting death with their open arms. It's not far away. He is including, for the first time, Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, Dhritarashtra, everybody in that death business. It is no more just Duryodhana. So exhausted from journey, all the people who traveled with them and the Pandavas lie down in the open, in the desert and fall asleep. Krishna alone sits there, waits for everybody to go down. Then he walks about, feeling the place out. Then he raises his head, facing the sky. In a tongue which is older than the sun that burns in the sky, he calls for Indra. He says, Indra, I summon you. And after whatever descriptions of how he arrived, of light and thunder and everything, and Indra arrived, Krishna said, you have to raise this city with your magic. If you raise this city, we will name this Indraprastha as Indraprastha. This will be your city and it should be the most beautiful city that the world has seen. And a magic spread across. Vishwakarma was called. Vishwakarma is the architect of Indra. He came and when he was ordered to raise the city, his ethereal body spread itself like a blanket across the city and the city gently rose as everybody slept. Its walls its towers, its palaces, its courts, its homes just rose. The magic of it was witnessed only by Indra and Krishna. And when they woke up in the morning, they woke up in a beautiful city. They went to sleep in a desolate desert and they woke up in a beautiful city, and this news spread across like wildfire. Pandavas have raised a city overnight. Suddenly, Pandavas were seen by common people godlike from that moment onwards. They were no more seen as human beings. Already there were stories about them that they came back from the dead. The story spread, these people died, went to Devaloka, and they have transformed themselves into gods and they have come back, and now they've raised the city overnight. So Indraprastha became the most beautiful city. Even today, Indraprastha is the capital of India. Indraprastha is one part of New Delhi. That's where it rose. And that continued to remain the capital city of various dynasties. Even the invaders who came from outside chose to rule from Indraprastha, and even today, the corridors of power are carved out into Indraprastha and still lives on. I don't know if it's still that magical. Then Krishna and Arjuna, this is the time that they really bonded. Many lifetimes they have seen together as Nara Narayana, but in this life, this is the time after Indraprastha that they spent time together and bonded. They went out riding, spent days and nights sitting on river banks and talking and discussing and understanding various things that Arjuna needed to understand. This was a time of bonding for them that once again Arjuna consciously bonded with Krishna in this life. And Krishna said, it is time we extend the city and build many other things. So they were in the Indraprastha or the Kandava which was a thick jungle, and they were sitting in the shade of a beautiful tree on the banks of Yamuna. Krishna said, we will have to burn this forest down. Arjuna said, it is such a beautiful forest and it's so full of life, how can we burn it down? So Krishna said, now that you have chosen to be kings, you must bear the burden of civilizing the world. It is something that you have to carry upon your heads. There is no way, there is no glory of being a king without the responsibility and the burden of civilizing the world. And that needs brutal action. And he and Arjuna together, they burned this forest down. And Krishna tells Arjuna, you must kill every creature that tries to escape the fire. Arjuna says, why kill them? Let them go. He says, if you let an enemy go, he will return. You don't let an enemy go. If you let him go, he will come back tomorrow. You want to live and rule this nation in peace, you don't let your enemies go. So, in this whole process, they kill every other creature and they acquire certain amount of enmity because they kill all the snakes, and one particular snake escapes and that comes back to cause trouble, as Krishna said. Said, an enemy whom you let go today, he will come back tomorrow. And he came back and really bothered them much later. From this also, a man comes out who did not belong to this land. His name is Maya, or they don't know his name, they just call him Maya. So Maya came out and pleaded, please don't kill me. And I have great skills to build, I am a great builder. In my nation, in the land or in the world from which I come, I am a builder, I am an architect. I can build a great assembly hall for you, the kind of assembly hall that humans have not seen in this part of the world. Please, do not take my life. Arjuna looked at Krishna, drawn and ready. Krishna said, yes. Let him be, he'll be useful for you. And Maya came out and built the Maya Sabha, or a courthouse or an assembly hall for which there was no match anywhere. An exquisite description of how this assembly hall was. He made glass panes with crystal, thin sheets of crystal where people could look through but they wouldn't know it is there. You must understand, these are days when nobody had seen glass. So when guests came, they walked into it thinking it's open doorways. And of all the people, Duryodhana walked into it. A very proud man, when he knocks his head on something, you're in for trouble. So, Indraprastha grew and everybody started moving because it's such a beautiful and prosperous city. All the talent started moving towards Indraprastha. People started vacating other cities, the best of people started coming to Indraprastha. Half of Hastinapura travelled, anybody who was worth anything started moving to Indraprastha, and once again the Kaurava heart started burning. That everybody is moving towards Indraprastha. Everybody wants to go there. Even Duryodhana's brothers wanted to go and see, which made him so wild.